Very good morning, children. Hope you all are keeping well. So be safe. Yeah, in last class, I had started lesson 7 from your first flight book, that is Glimpses of India, and I told you it is divided in three parts, and I had dealt the first part, that is A Baker from Goa by Lucio Rodriguez. Okay, glimpses. Hope so you understood the meaning of this. Glimpses means a brief look, a glance. Okay, so here three different parts are there, so we will look after three different places, what's the importance of those places. The first place here referred is about Goa, that is especially how's the life and importance of baker from Goa. Okay, so let's recall what we studied in the last class and then I will proceed further. Yeah, before proceeding the chapter, let me just give you a little information that from next month onwards, most probably your midterm exams are going to start. So now again, be very serious for your studies, children. Concentrate on your studies properly. It's your 10th board exam this time, so I would like that you should do a little more hard work, okay, for your study purpose. As I know you all might be doing, maintain your notes properly and go through the chapters which are taught to you thoroughly. Okay, so let me recall now what we studied yesterday. In here, the first, let us know about the bakers in the old days in Goa. We came to know that the Goan people, they are quite attached to their colonial past under the Portuguese rule. They still remember those days as the good old Portuguese days with the Portuguese people and their famous loaves of bread. Lucio Rodriguez remembers his old days in Goa when the village baker occupied an important place in life. Although, with the passage of time, people do not eat so much bread, yet some village bakers are still there. And the Portuguese were famous for preparing the loaves of bread. They left Goa long ago, but the traditional work of the bakers can still be seen in Goa, and we can see it because we know that the age old furnaces still exist there and they are still in use. The process of baking is still the same like it was during the Portuguese time, and also it shows that bread making is still popular in Goa. Someone in the baker's family still carries on the business and the tradition, and these bakers, they are known as padder in Goa even today. Okay, and this was the Portuguese word used for the bakers, so still they are known as padder. Now let's know about the baker's daily visits. The author recalls how a baker would visit the village twice a day carrying a bamboo stick in his hand. The author and others would wake up by the sound of this stick, which the baker used to hit on the ground. Okay, and while the servants from the different houses bought the loaves, the author would run to the baker to buy the bread bangles. I told you bread bangles here means the ring shaped bread, okay, which was very famous among the children that time. The baker's bamboo stick was a special one because it produced that jang jang musical sound when it was banged on the ground. With one hand, the baker would support the basket of bread on his head, and with the other, he would strike the ground with the bamboo stick. And whenever someone came to him to buy the bread, he placed the basket on the bamboo. The author and the others looked into the basket, okay, from the parapet, and that is from the boundary wall I told you. And in those times it was a fashion to eat the bread, and that's why the author too was so fond of bread that he would not even brush his teeth before eating it, okay. And here he had even given the justification that he never bothered to brush the teeth because it was of no use, because the tiger never brushed the teeth. So till here I ended yesterday, and let's continue with the leftover chapter. Coming to your book, children, see now, marriage gifts are meaningless without the sweet bread known as the bowl. Just as a party or a feast loses its charm without bread, not enough can be said to show how important a baker can be for a village. The lady of the house must prepare sandwiches on the occasion of her daughter's engagement. Cakes and bolinhas are a must for Christmas as well as other festivals. Thus, the presence of the baker's furnace in the village is absolutely essential. So, what importance we got here of the breads, okay, in Goa. So, the marriage gifts, it were meaningless, okay. You all know, children, when you also go to attend any marriage ceremony or anything, any other functions, you have to present the gift to that family. So here in Goa, the marriage gifts, they were seem just meaningless without the sweet bread, okay. And these sweet breads were known as bol, bol, bowl, okay. Just as a party or a feast means also a grand party, okay. So whenever any grand party used to be organized without bread, okay, it seems meaningless. That party also, it loses its charm. There was no attraction without this sweet bread known as bowl. And not enough can be said to show how important a baker can be for, means there was really too much importance of the baker in the village during that time. And another thing also, the lady of the house, okay, the main the women who used to cook the food, the lady of the house, they must prepare the sandwiches. Many of you might be just now thinking that wow, okay, I think your mouth is also watering listening these words, but let us deal. Okay, so they have to prepare the sandwiches on the occasion of her daughter's engagement ceremony. Whenever took place in any house, the lady of that house must have to prepare the sandwiches, okay. This was the trend there. And another thing, cakes. For celebration, you know very well, every time it requires the cakes, isn't it? So cakes and bolinhas are a must for Christmas as well as other festivals. So that sweet bread and the cakes, these are the charm, the main attraction for Christmas and all other festivals. Without these, they won't celebrate any festival there. Thus, the presence of the baker's furnace in the village is absolutely, completely essential. That's why the baker's furnace is must there. Okay, furnace, I told you, it is the oven in which the breads and all other things are to be baked. Okay, so here we came to know the importance of the baker in Goa. Next, the baker or bread seller of those days had a peculiar dress known as the kabai. It was a single piece long frock reaching down to the knees. In our childhood, we saw bakers wearing a shirt and trousers which were shorter than full length ones and longer than half pants. Even today, anyone who wears a half pant which reaches just below the knees invites the comment that he is dressed like a padder. See the importance and the significance of that padder. So, now coming to the appearance of the baker here. The baker who baked the bread, and or either the bread seller who used to sell in those days, they had a peculiar means little a strange, okay, or a particular, you can say, special dress known as kabai. Their dress was known as kabai, and it was a single piece. How that dress seems? It was a single piece long frock reaching down to the knees. Okay, long means reaching down to the knees, not till the ankle. Okay, and in our childhood means, the writer here says during his childhood they used to see the bakers wearing a shirt and the trousers, you all know very well, children, and the boys who used to wear the trousers. So they, those time the bakers also, they wear the shirt and the trousers which were shorter than the full length ones and longer than half pants. The trousers which they used to wear were shorter than the full length but longer than the half pants, means below the knees, that you understand. Even today, if anyone wears a half pant there which reaches just below the knees, okay, so if any person is found dressed up in the same way, then he will surely, definitely he will hear the comment that, see, the padder is going from here. Padder is the word referred to the baker. Okay, so such famous persons are the bakers in Goa. Okay, coming to the next para, the baker usually collected his bills at the end of the month. Monthly accounts used to be recorded on some wall in pencil. Baking was indeed a profitable profession in the old days. The baker and his family never starved. He, his family, and his servants always looked happy and prosperous. Their plump physique was an open testimony to this. Even today, any person with a jackfruit like physical appearance is easily compared to a baker. Okay, so what is said here now? The baker, okay, when he used to sell his bread, he never collected the amount on daily basis, but at the end of the month only they used to collect the amount from different houses. Okay, monthly they used to collect the amount, and monthly accounts also were maintained by them, that they used to record on some wall. With pencil they used to record, they were not using any copy or pen that time, but on the wall those monthly accounts were recorded, and at the end of the month only they used to collect the amount. Okay, and baking, it was indeed, it was really a profitable business, a business giving enough profit to them. Okay, in the old days, those days baking was really a very profitable business. And how we can say this, how we can prove this? The baker and his family never starved. Starving means to die out of hunger. So never they faced any type of problem to feed them and their family, because it was a profitable business. So their family never starved, they never had to look for anything back. Okay, and the baker, his family, even his servants who used to help them in the bakery, okay, they always used to look very happy and even prosperous. Prosperous means they were going on progressing day by day. Okay, their plump physique means you can say fat body. Okay, they had good fat body, and it was an open testimony of this. Open testimony means the public statement about a character or quality, isn't it? So here it is openly accepted, okay, about the character and quality, that they were really they were leading very happy life, prosperous life, which can be seen from their fat body. And this statement was publicly said, okay, about the bakers. Even today, any person with a jackfruit, you know, it is a kind of vegetable, okay, like physical appearance is easily compared to a baker. So uh, any person with a jackfruit like physical appearance. Jackfruit also, if you have seen, it's also quite a little big one in size. So the physical appearance of the baker is easily compared with that of the jackfruit. Okay, even today also, if any person is seen, then they are compared with the bakers. So here the lesson 7's part 1 comes to the end. Hope so you understood it thoroughly. And what message do we get now from this chapter? Actually, every society has a rich value system. Okay, so the theme is also nostalgic here, because it focuses mostly on the baker's importance in Goan society in the bygone era. And every one of us is nostalgic about one thing or the other, isn't it? And it is the human tendency to remember the things or the events or the people or the places of the past with which one has been associated. Agree, children? So, Lucio here also, the writer recalls the memories of the bakers of Goa and goes to describe their importance and place in the society. Okay, so here in this lesson we came to know about the traditional baker's life, his style, his clothing, his skills, marketing skills, how he used to sell and how he used to maintain the accounts, and about his social status, that how happily they used to lead their life with their family. Okay, so in the next class I will start the second part. Till then, goodbye and have a nice day, children.